Good evening, everyone. What the crap's going on? HeirofCarthage here. I believe I'm actually... Look at that. I was like a minute and 10 seconds early. That's crazy. We're going to get started here shortly. I want you all to go ahead and let me know if the sound is coming through fine. And we're going to be playing multiplayer battles in Total War Warhammer 2 and 3. We're going to start off on Game 2. As I will assume most people will have an easier time running it in Game 2. So hang tight, we'll get started. Dimitri, thanks for being a channel member for 8 months. You're too kind. Thank you very much. Appreciate the support, Dimitri. Thanks for being here tonight. Lord Shen, good to see you. Thane, the Forsaken, thanks for being here. Matt says the sounds good. Warner says it sounds good. Warner, thanks for being here. Matt, you too. Sean, how are you doing? Thanks for being here tonight. Hopefully everybody's excited to get back to some battles. Switch over to the game screen here. Holy crap. Clone Trooper! What are you doing, man? I don't know if it's going to pick up your donation, Clone Trooper, or the 8-month resub for Dimitri, because I was on the stream starting screen versus this one where I actually have my alert box turned on. Dimitri, again, thank you. Clone Trooper, you're insane, man. You're absolutely insane. Thanks for being here tonight. You going to join us in some battles? I don't know if you can or not. $100. Holy crap. You are far too kind, Clone Trooper. Thank you so much. Tell me what videos you want me to make for you. If you're going to be that kind, I'm going to make some content for you again. We got 5 Brawn episodes in for you. You tell me what else you want to see, Clone Trooper, and I will make it for you, good sir. Clone Trooper likes that you were a minute and 10 early. Yeah, I guess so. Thanks for being here. Yeah, we're going to be starting soon. Trantor, good to see you here. Okay, he says he's awful with the game. He just likes the Cine graphics. Alright, well, I'll try and get you some close-up shots, okay? Or Clone Trooper. Speaking of, if you all want to join me tonight, I'm going to get started with kind of something a bit different. Some of you all may have gotten to see this the last time I was on, this last Tuesday, streaming the Thrawn campaign for our good friend Clone Trooper Wheeler. Nikki, good to see you. Thanks for being here, and thanks for being such a long-time supporter as well. So yeah, I want to cover real quick the news on Immortal Empires. I know that I did already technically, and I will probably clip this and upload it as a video. Let me go open it up here real quick on Total War. But yeah, I want to cover this because this is a more Total War focused stream. The other one was a Star Wars stream. Don't know if all the exact same people were there. But yeah, let's talk about the Immortal Empires beta to get things started. And I'm going to switch over to... That's wrong screen, so way to go. Hold on, gotta fix my display capture. Getting to see me recording myself, that's pretty awesome, right? There we go. That should be it. Alright, so I got the display capture pulled up now. I'd play Star Wars Total War, so would I, Trantor. I think almost everybody would. Yeah, so Immortal Empires has been teased, I think, at the Warhammer Skulls event. Then they released this blog. And I haven't gotten a chance to cover this in a video yet. So like I said, I'll probably cut this into a video so that, you know, we can have that going. But in any case, there's a few things in the blog that I wanted to say, and I wanted to tie it in. I made a video not long ago talking about what I thought they should do to help repopulate Warhammer 3, and it was a lot of very basic stuff, really. It's not like I was trying to be Nostradamus there, right? It was, hey, release a huge map, give us lots of new content, new starts, and stuff for lords who need them, revisit potential starts, all that kind of stuff. And I'm excited to say that a lot of that common sense, like I said, this was not Nostradamus type stuff. A lot of that common sense stuff that I mentioned is here, and it's in the blog, and that's good to see. And the reason that's good is because, again, that was very common sense stuff. If CA understands that, then they have a chance of pulling Warhammer 3 together to be what it should have been way back at launch. And I'm excited for that. Better late than never, right? It took them a long time to get Rome 2 to be great, but it was, in the end, a great game. And so I want Warhammer 3 to be the same way. I hate that it wasn't to begin with, but I want it there. And so whenever they do release this, by the way, they said that it would be coming in August, the beta. And what they meant by beta was that there's going to be things in process, like it's not going to be completely finished. That's why they're calling it a beta. But they're going to let everybody play it. Look at this, access to all 86 Legendary Lords. Holy crap. 86 Lords in campaign. That's going to be pretty freaking awesome. Be'lakor is a Legendary Lord with his own faction. They said dedicated factions for a number of the older Legendary Lords. So Gromby, Gorst, Volkmar, they're all going to be getting their own faction. New starting locations for 29 other Legendary Lords. That means they've been revisiting starting positions, which, again, I mentioned might be a good thing to do, and they're doing it. Improved personal faction mechanics. I don't know exactly what they mean about this, but they say for a selection of older lords, such as Volkmar. I guess we'll learn more about that when the time comes, but they're obviously going to be, making sure that some of these lords have something that's unique enough to them, and I would assume it's got to be based on their start position to a degree as well, right? A new Sea Lanes feature, which is going to be an Empire Total War. I don't know if you all played it. They had 3 maps in the Grand Campaign. It was like America, Europe, and I believe Asia. And you could travel between the maps by placing a fleet at the edge in like this sea lane type thing. It sounds like that's what this is, except for the fact that the sea lane traverses from like the western side of the map to the eastern side. At least I would figure that. They don't really tell us. I mean, I guess there could be more than one sea lane you could pop in to come out somewhere else. But essentially, it lets you traverse the map better, which sounds really awesome. So now, like, if you start on the very western side of the map, you're not going to have to spend the entire game getting to the eastern side of the map. So that should be really cool. This was another one that was... This was a bonus feature, right? I didn't talk about this in my video, because I wouldn't have even considered this, right? They had enough work in front of them, but I'm glad to see this because it means that they've kind of gone above and beyond, which they need to, right? The only way they're bringing this game back and making everybody happy is with a huge blowout of an awesome campaign. We've got new dynamic in-game scenarios, so it's randomized mid to late game challenges they're introducing to challenge the late game steamroll where the player is so powerful there's little to no challenge left. This is great. It says think greenskin invasions or resurgences of the undead as a few examples. So it's not just going to be a chaos invasion now. So it's less predictable. And they're going to be dynamic, which is cool too, which means it may not be the same thing every time. I don't know if y'all can hear. My hound is barking like crazy. Must have seen a squirrel or a cat outside. But in any case, that's awesome. So dynamic in-game scenarios is going to be really cool. Revamped victory conditions. This is also great because... a lot of people don't finish the campaign because the victory conditions are either weird or take forever to get to. And so this is really good to see. They're reworking corruption. So again, another thing that I didn't expect, though corruption was functioning different in Warhammer 3 to some degree. So I guess I'm not entirely surprised to see this. 8-player multiplayer campaign coming to it as well. So this is great, folks. Now, there's still more that we need to see from CA, but to me, this is obviously their first venture out here to try and tell us what it is they're planning, and this is great to see. This is really good to see. It's a good sign. This is probably the first time I felt positive since the launch of the game, because I was positive at the launch of the game. I thought Immortal Empires was around the corner. I didn't realize how frustrated people were going to get with some of the things in the campaign. So I was very positive around launch time. And then, of course, everything got very negative. And I'm feeling very positive again. And I'm very excited about it. I don't know what you all think, but I think this is good news. And I think it's something we should probably be excited about. But anyway, there's a basic rundown of what we know so far about the Immortal Empires beta. To me, this is very good news. And I hope that we get to see more good news going forward. I'm going to turn that off and get back into the game. But yeah, it was positively negative. That's right, Trantor. Let me go and take a look at some of the the comments you all were making while I was doing that. So Pyrrhic says time to dust off Franz or Ilario. That's right. Scorpion says waiting for Steam summer sale in 8-ish days. If this game even touches 10%, I'm buying it. Yeah, I mean, hopefully they'll get some good sales on the Total War stuff. Shrewd says it was America's, Europe, and India, and Empire. Yep, that's right. I remember they had 3 separate maps. It'll be all together, I would assume, in this one. I haven't said for sure, but I would assume it would be because it was in Game 2. And then, let's see here. Grom the Paunch is a flat earther, confirmed? Yes. Well, he's mostly a flat earther because whatever part of the earth he steps on becomes flat because he's so large. So, yeah, I would agree, Lord Shin. Grom is definitely a flat earther. Thane the Forsaken says, do the sea lanes also work for north and south? I don't know. Not sure yet. It's a good question, though. It'd be neat if they did. Let's get some of these others here. People are looking hyped. People like the barking. Yeah, when he sees a cat or a squirrel, he absolutely loses his mind. Pyrrhic says, resurgence of the undead makes me hopeful for Nagash down the line. I would hope so, too. That would be really awesome and a great surprise come along, so I sure hope so. Sure hope so. All right. Let's see. Hermel, thanks for the Swedish hugs. Says, can't wait for Immortal Empires. Me either. Appreciate everybody joining tonight. We're about to get started. If you want to join me, I'm going to be playing some battles in Warhammer 2 first, okay? So if you want to join me, start now by going into your options, pick the graphics settings, and then click this drop down and put them on medium or low, please, okay? I know your machine may be really good. It may work good, but we've had good experience in the past. When everybody puts it on medium or low, we're way less likely to run into an absolute lag fest whenever we get into multiplayer games. So please do that for me first. Come in here and put your graphics on medium or low, please. And then when you do that, I'll get the game up here in just a second and get the password up. So you got time to go ahead and go get your settings right. I think we're going to start off with a little bit of War of the Beard, just for fun. So I think we're going to do some High Elves versus Dawi to kick it off. And then you all can help me think of some more fun scenarios soon. Yeah, let's go ahead and get one started here. So I'm going to get a battle up, multiplayer battle, host. Man, it's been a long time, folks. It's been a long time. Let's just call it Heirs Battles. So the name of the game is going to be Heirs Battles. The password is the number 1. That's it. You all can get that one. We got to get some good cinematics in here, apparently, for Clone Trooper, because that's what he wants. That was his request, his extreme generosity. So I will try and get some cinematic battles in for Clone Trooper Wheeler. And I'm used to the UI in the new game, too. Galbraz, Glacial Lake. Let's do Glacial Lake. And I guess I'll go Dawi. Or no, it looks like maybe the other team's going Dawi. I'll go High Elves then. Let's see. We'll do a 2v2 to start with. Y was the hotkey for... Huh. Patch notes. Where's my chat? What happened to the chat? That's weird. I'm pushing Y, there's no chat, and I can't see a game chat. Is that like a bug? Or did it get turned off? Ooh, Clone Trooper says check your Steam inbox. That's what I would like. Don't have to, though. I'll check it out, Clone Trooper. I will check it out for you. Oops. My alert box was on, and then I was checking to see if it was on, and it turned off right when it was thanking Clone Trooper for me, so... I'll check it out, Clone Trooper. I'm excited to see what you've sent. But yeah. You know I will do my best to give you whatever I can. Alright. Does anybody know what happened to the chat? They took the chat away? What? How are you supposed to communicate with your teammate? He sent you an Order 66 spam. Did they really take the chat away? What the heck? Okay, I was just saying we had positive news from CA, but CA takes the chat away. Come on. CA, please. I'll just pick the standard faction here just so that we're all in the same deal. War Thunder, airplane game speed, altitude not visible in PC. Yeah, I don't know. That's so weird that they got rid of the chat. Well, since there's no chat, you all can hopefully still be listening to the stream when you're in here. So Griffin, thank you for joining. Same to Ghost King and Pufflets. It's great to have you all here. Thanks for joining. War of the Beard, there's no rules other than just have fun. I am going to put on unit caps so that, we can't overly spam, but that's going to be the only rule. So hopefully you all have a good time in the game. I'm going to turn on the army blocker. You all don't let me forget to turn it off. Thanks to Warner, by the way, for the awesome army blocker that I still get to use here. So yeah, we'll be doing that. Anyway, I don't know what happened. That's crazy. And I'm excited to see what Clone Trooper Wheeler sent me. I ended up playing Minecraft with him that once, so we'll see what we get this time. Speaking of, I think Minecraft just got a big update. I have so little time to play games right now. When I have had time, in fact, I was so proud of myself. I went a week and a half, 2 videos every day for the first time in forever. And I was like, yeah, I'm on a roll. It's never going to end. And I was super excited. I went back to work on Monday, and it was crazy busy. And I was like, oh my gosh. And I was worn out. And I was like, but I can do it. I can still record. And then Tuesday, I think I still managed... I still managed to get videos out, or a video out on Tuesday, even though I was stupid busy. And then Wednesday, I had to go to the office. And of course, the day that I go to the office, it's over. The whole train's just off the rails, schedule's out the window, have to leave super early, they're late, come home exhausted. A million things to do, because since I didn't work at home, every little errand that you can normally do during a day when you work at home had to be done, and it's just, I hate it. I hate being back in the office now. It throws off everything. So I only have to be there a couple times a week, fortunately, right now. I hope that doesn't change, because it is just... it's not like... There are a lot worse things in life, right? People my age were fighting and dying in wars and stuff like that, so I'm not comparing it to anything like that. It's frustrating because there's no need for me to be there, and we went 2 years without doing it, and they're pulling us back, and it's making an already busy and difficult time harder. That's why I don't like it. So again, not the end of the world, but frustrating. Frustrating indeed. All right, so gotta get an army together here. See what I want to do here. I gotta get used to this interface again in Warhammer 2. I'm a little more used to Warhammer 3. There's some things that are still newer to me, but others that we're to get to. Let's see. It's been so long since I played multiplayer with you all too. All right, let's see here. I was sitting here wanting something like, oh yeah, unit caps, that's right. Alright. Full unit caps. Keep me from being too much of a spamming jerk. Guess I'm good to go. Hopefully I am. This should work. Depends on what the Dawi decide to do. They can be more surprising than you think at times. More surprising than you would think. All right, I'm looking at my teammates' army. I'm looking at mine. think it's going to be a good set. I would say good luck and have fun to all the other players, but I can't. So you all are listening to me. Good luck. Have fun. I'm going to go ahead and ready up. Ready up whenever you're ready. Unit caps prevent funny meme armies. They do. They do. They take away... Hey, every now and then we'll do a non-unit capped one, but this first one I think we'll go ahead and do it. Oh, hang on. What's Clone Trooper talking about? Let's see. Steven says, hey, Air, how are you? How's the family? Finished my exams on Tuesday. Now I just need to wait and see if I pass them. Well, I hope you did. Good luck on the exam. I'm so glad I don't have to do that anymore. Like, I like school, and I'm glad I went. It was definitely a good decision in the end because, you know, I wanted to be an engineer. It's a very technical thing. You have to go to school for it, pretty much. Good, but yeah, thanks. Clone Trooper, you got me excited now. See what I'm stepping into. It's Friday, I can't complain too much. Oh, Daniel says he almost got hit by a lift truck while I was biking home. Yeah, don't do that. That would be a losing battle. Makes me jealous that you've gotten to be outside. I've literally not left my house. I've been inside my house all day. Work was so busy that I did not even get to leave the house. Not for a moment. And it's driving me bonkers. Like, I cannot wait to get out of the house. Dying. I need out of the house bad. Ooh, he says the game is new. All right. Well, Clone Trooper was kind enough to donate something to me on Steam, so y'all are going to get videos on new game. I'll be checking it out.
Serve the king. Acknowledged. Tyrannok chariots.
Ooh, the camera's so much faster. Get used to that too.
We will obey. Bialarial. White lions.
For duty. White lions. Understood.
Acknowledged.
It will be done.
As you say.
White lions.
Okay.
Battle calls.
Alariel be ever
Accuracy by volume. Air doesn't touch grass, he touches fish. That's right. I do go, like, probably the thing I do outside the most is kayak fishing. I have a Hobie kayak with the pedal drive. I love it. Like, there's 6 little lakes in the town I live here that are owned by the village. And they're private, you know, so only people who live here in the village get to use them. So it's awesome. There's not a lot of motorboat traffic on them. And I can go around the lakes just catching bass and sunfish. And if I get lucky every now and then, a catfish or a crappie. But man, it's a good time. Yeah, kayak fishing is probably my favorite thing to do in the warm weather. My free time. Whenever it's winter time, I have some property up in Missouri, not far away from where I live. I like going out there and just, you know, like cleaning up logs and stuff with my chainsaw or using the bush mower and, you know, cutting down stuff on the land and just kind of keeping it kept. I go in the wintertime, though, because the ticks, the snakes, and bugs and stuff are so awful in the summertime that I try to minimize it. I'm going to go for that flame cannon. No, that was Iron Drake with the flame cannon. Woo! Teclis already getting mean. Oh! Dang, man. Warriors of Dragonfire Pass just got crapped on.
Alariel be ever queen.
With me.
Forward.
Noble born.
Yeah, we've definitely got some serious artillery. We may be able to draw the dwarves in. Gotta watch out, though. They've got those thunderers back there. That'll be a quick death. We stumble into that mess.
On me.
Alright, I'm going for artillery. It looks like my teammate's also going for artillery. I've got some Tyrannok chariots. The lag is actually not bad tonight, which is great to see, too. 165 range here to 145.
Without
Gunners.
fail.
Let's try and take a chunk out of these gunners.
War. Yes. As you say. Setting forth. Forward.
Okay, I think we're gonna be able to draw the dwarves up. Their flame cannons are taking a beating. High Elves are honestly a pretty decent matchup against the dwarves. If I remember right, oh gosh, back up. If I remember right, White Lions have like a bit of a missile resistance. They don't have a shield, but they have a little bit of built-in missile resistance. And
Alariel the Everqueen.
High Elves have the White Lions, which are okay against the dwarves.
Lions.
And they have the bolt throwers, which are good against other artillery. So unless the dwarves can exercise a really good long-range battle, like they have a lot of disadvantages, at least in my opinion, against the High Elves.
Sail!
With all the chariots that got added as well, I feel like that was just another step up.
Noble!
We're getting hit hard by something here. Be a cannon or something putting some hits on me.
Rapid advance!
Actually, let's swing that over there. Come over here. We're getting hit by a flame cannon here. I'm gonna move around a little. It's
Loyal!
not doing a lot of damage, but I'm gonna kind of pick at those thunders, hold their attention. I don't want to get too crazy. We've got one of the enemies just kind of charging forward into us, which is definitely gonna be unsustainable. The other Dawi player is trying to hold their ground.
Chariots!
Back up.
As you say, we go! Following orders! Advance! Asa, forward!
I'm gonna go ahead and
Tiranoc chariots!
pull a chariot charge into here.
Chosen Avisha. Yenui. Sail.
Push up.
Lakoi.
Want some action with my infantry too.
It will be done!
Okay. Oh, dang man, we're getting cut down.
Chariots!
I rolled my Tyranox up first, hoping that they might take the worst of this approach,
Setting for
because I want my lion chariots to get through.
Battle call!
Ultimately.
Onward! Death to all!
Gonna avoid those slayers.
Alariel the Everqueen.
Alright, I've got some infantry pressure coming.
Assyrian! For duty! Apace!
Swing these swordmasters to this flank, because most of the missile units on this flank are busy.
Assyrian guides us!
Cut up those dwarf warriors. There's another dwarf warrior here that's looking a little bit vulnerable.
Alariel the Everqueen. Asa,
Put some
attack.
pressure this
Onward.
way.
Up one.
Apace.
Okay, let's get
Swiftly!
those chariots are shredding the dwarf warriors. I was able to get these missiles bogged down over here with my
It will be done!
Thielmar chariot or my Tyranoc chariots.
Yes!
That was my objective.
White Lions. Oriole.
And bring the
It
lions
shall be
in.
done! Quickly now! Onward!
Alright, Tyranoc chariots have done a spectacular job over here.
Light of Avalon.
Draw back!
It's gonna be a pretty good hit there unless those Dawi move.
We go!
I'm gonna run over Belagar with these chariots. They ought to be very good against him.
White Lions! Loyal! Asa, forward!
Alright, we got rid of the Iron Drakes. I feel like we've pretty much got this one handled. Some really nice magic from my teammate here with Teclis. Alright, Belagar is getting chewed on pretty hard by the Lion Chariots.
We will
Let's
obey!
do a little bit of cycle work with
For
them.
Old One! Setting forth!
Alt one.
Trying to keep these units tied down. That's what go ahead and use that. Use it or lose it.
Isha. Lithra.
For duty! Swiftly! Swiftly!
They got the
At
sword
once.
masters. Where did Belagar end up
Understood!
at?
Asa, advance! Onwards!
Belagar was trying to stop my sword masters, but I'm not gonna allow that.
Attack! For Assyrian! For the king!
Okay,
Ever onward.
Noble!
over here and stay on top of these units as best we can.
Serve the
Help
king!
out that fight. Gil Scribe, welcome. Oh, I gotta get some close-ups for Clone Trooper. It's only on medium graphics. Sorry, Clone Trooper, but it is the case for the stream. But here's some good War of the Beard action for you. What do you all think about the High Elves Dwarf matchup? I feel like it's a matchup that favors the High Elves personally, but curious what you all think.
For the king!
To the fray!
I feel like High Elves have basically everything they need
Alariel.
to be successful
Moving.
in this
Maintaining
matchup.
order.
Tons of Lord options, tons of magic options. Now we're a little bit resistant to magic, but they have really terrible offensive capability, and they really rely on their range capability. And when it comes to artillery, ultimately Dawi artillery is more numerous, more varied, and has better range than High Elf artillery. The thing with High Elf artillery is that it's extremely good for its price. Like, it's not great, but it's 700. It's kind of hard to go wrong, and it's pretty good at destroying other artillery pieces. And I think that becomes the real kicker, is that you can destroy other artillery pieces very well. Went the last Slayer there. Let's save our replay. This one was War of the Beard. So that is going in the Book of Grudges, for sure. Dawi won't be happy about it. Matt says that was disappointing. Well, it's a tough matchup anyway for the Dwarves, and honestly, both my teammate and I, we went pretty hard anti-Dwarf build. I mean, Chariots, Lions, I mean, how do you counter that really well from the Dwarves? It's tough. Like I said, they have no offensive power, so the only way you can really counter it is you've got to have missiles. But with the Chariots and the Bolt Throwers, that becomes difficult in defending them. I mean, there's definitely things that the Dwarves can do that are good, like they have a ton of armor, they've got shields, so they're fairly resistant to like your standard High Elf Archers or Lothern Sea Guard or Spearmen, right? Most of those units come out of play as not being terribly useful, but and the Dwarves, if they can gain some missile supremacy, they can certainly crap all over White Lions from range. Even though White Lions have that little bit of missile resistance, it can be overcome pretty quickly if the Dwarves have the right units there. But yeah, I feel like in a lot of ways, the High Elves are a tough matchup for the Dwarves. That's just me, though. I think if I were playing the Dwarves and I was going after the High Elves, then I would have taken a different approach. Rather than sitting back and trying to shoot them because I know the Bolt Throwers would be plentiful, I think I would have gone with a more rushy type Dwarf army with huge numbers and see if you can overwhelm the High Elves and maybe come about it that way. Though you do have to be prepared for Chariots. Rune Lords can help slow them down, which can be important, and you've got other units that can help deal with Chariots. Like Thunderers are decent at dealing with them if you can get them in a shooting position. They can deal a lot of damage. You've got the Dragonback Slayers, which can slow them down. Rune Lord, I'm trying to think. Are there any other slowing abilities? Ulthar's Raiders can make a unit very vulnerable to missiles over a short run. So those are some options that the Dwarves have to try and take away some of those benefits for the High Elves. I don't even think most of my units did a whole ton of value here. My Bolt Thrower did the best. Chariots did good. Griffin, I think, did a lot better. Yeah, he got a ton of damage done with Techless. Absolute crap load of damage. Let's take a look at the Dwarf side. Mr. Pufflix and his Rune Lord. He was trying there, but they ended up in a bad position early and couldn't hardly overcome it. Now, Flame Cannons are an excellent pick to deal with High Elf Archers. They will do tremendous damage to High Elf Archers. They won't be very good against the Bolt Throwers, though, is the challenge. But yeah, High Elf Archers will get absolutely trashed by Flame Cannons, as will their infantry. Any tight-packed formation of infantry will take massive damage to Flame Cannons. Organ Guns is an interesting pick. I don't know if it's a pick I'd make or not. They're decent against larger targets, like a dragon, maybe. Or heavily armored infantry would have been good to hit my sword masters with them. But you can see these units got challenged early by the artillery. This one got some pretty decent damage value done, though. Even picked up a chevron. The other one not so much, but yeah, that one got some work done. Take a look, yeah, the Quarrelers never really got a chance to come into play. So yeah, that was the first battle. Appreciate the folks joining it. I'm going to go ahead and pop out. Thanks for everybody who played, and I'll host another one here in just a second. Let's see. Let me put a couple of scenarios here. I'm going to put a poll up in the chat, and you all can help me pick the next one. So next battle, and let's see. We're going to do... This would be some fun themes here. Let's say Empire versus Undead. Or we'll do... oh man, what's another fun, like, lore matchup here? We want to do Empire versus Undead. Or, let's see. Empire versus Undead, Chaos. Pull Chaos in with. Or, let's see. Who does Bretonnia crusade against them? I say crusade, the Wars of Errantry. Is that mostly, is it against Tomb Kings? Is it against Norska? Everybody? Oh, Skaven versus Lizardmen. Yeah, that's a classic. Let's do that one too. Skaven versus Lizards. All right, there we go. We'll start with that. And we got options for more. So, all right, here we go. The poll's up in the chat. You can go use it to tell me what you're thinking. So it's up there now. Go vote on it and get your vote in there, okay? And then we'll do some more matchups. These obviously won't be the only ones, but this is just for the next battle, okay? Just for the next battle. I'll leave it up here for a couple of minutes. So everybody go get your vote in. The options are Empire versus Undead and Skaven versus Lizards, okay? So everybody go vote. Get your Doom wheels. If they win the vote, there'll probably be some Doom wheels involved. And I'm so excited for the giant Immortal Empires map. It's going to be so good if they do it right. I'll tell you what, though, and I've been thinking about this. Obviously, I don't have any insight on it, but remember how the turn times were really long when we got Immortal Empires the first time? And then they made some improvements and stuff, and it got a lot better, but they can still be very long just because there's so many factions. Think about how many factions are going to be on an Immortal Empires map. Be a lot. Even with improved turn times, like, I still just feel like long turn-ins are just going to have to be par for the course, unless they pull some kind of rabbit out of their hat at CA. Now, I'm fine with it. Right? I'll deal with the longer turn times because it gets us something that we want in the end. But yeah. Adam Lentz saying hello from Fayetteville. Which Fayetteville? North Carolina? Or are you here in Arkansas? Pious Skeleton says, well, that's going to be 86 playable factions by the time IE drops. Yeah, it's 86 playable factions. Remember, there's a ton of other factions in the map. I mean, how many factions are on the map in Mortal Empires? It's probably 100 or more? When you count all the little ones. Okay, Fayetteville, Arkansas. Yeah, that's cool. You're not far from me then. All right, so we've had the poll up for a couple of minutes. It is going to be Empire versus Undead. They won the vote, so I guess people are feeling like some classic Warhammer action. Remember, if you're gonna join the battle, make sure to come here to the options, pick the graphic settings, and pick medium or low in the graphic settings, please, and apply that. And then come join. I'll give you all just a second to do it before I go host the game. So if you want to join in, you can. It's going to be Empire versus Undead. You know what? I'll take the... I would feel... I don't know. I'm not great at either one of these factions, to be honest. I'll take the Undead. So my team will be the Undead. And the folks who join the other team can play Empire. Okay? So here we go. I'm going to go ahead and host the battle. It's going to be called Heirs Battle. Password is 1, so feel free to come join. Post this one up. We're gonna need a good map for this. How about the Bloodpine? Yeah, let's do the Bloodpine Woods. Some forest up one side, open area around the other, so we'll do Bloodpine Woods. So I'm gonna be going Undead. Oh, I gotta open one more slot. There we go. Throw the army blocker up. And let's get my Counts army here. So my side is Undead. We'll say Vampire Counts. So my, well, yeah, not Tomb Kings. Vampire Counts on my side. Empire on the other side. Hey, Warner joined in. That's awesome. So we got Warner and Griffin, and on my side, Fierce Frog. So, Fierce Frog, go ahead and switch over to one of the Vampire Counts factions. You can be a sub-faction or the main faction. Doesn't matter, just either one. Go ahead and switch over to there. Yep, he's got it. So, we are all set. So, Empire versus Undead. All right, we got a hello from all the way over in Israel. I'm doing good. Thanks for joining in. Saying the Forsaken says, do you think Empire needs a buff in Immortal Empires? I don't know. I'm going to have to play some of these factions to get a feel for it. So I just don't know. Watching a skilled player use war wagons can be interesting. Yeah, it can be fun. They're definitely, like I said, I think I did that research on them once, and they were kind of like the midpoint between Outriders and Handgunners. I think Outriders do the damage the fastest. War wagons do it the slowest, but they're the most survivable. Then Handgunners do the most total damage over time, I think was like the trade-offs between them. And then War Wagons got you more survivability and more maneuverability. They're definitely a niche unit, but they're fun. All right, so let's see here. Get my army put together. All right, an army put together here. Oh man, some undead. Oh, I forgot I gotta turn on the unit caps. Unit caps on. Otherwise everybody's just gonna be bringing a bunch of ogre mercenaries and stuff. Double White Kings on horseback are great for gooning. Scab Scythe for clearing infantry. Yeah, the White King is definitely a really good unit. Like a really good unit. They're good on foot for just supporting infantry and being harder to kill. They're decent on horseback as well. It makes them a slightly larger target. Yeah, Scab Scythe is a good item. Can do some extra damage. Definitely fun units. They're resilient for the Blood Dragon, probably the best lord. They're so resilient for the price. Yeah, Blood Dragon Lord's not bad. There's a bunch of good options for the vampires. They really do have a bunch of cool lord options. I enjoy it. Alright, I've got an army picked out. My teammate is picking up an army. Can't start yet. Okay, it's because someone had overspent, so I'll wait till everybody's ready. I am ready. When everybody else who's playing is ready, just feel free to ready up at any time. I'm good to go, but like I said, get your armies ready and then we'll go. Let me just make sure. Yeah, we got the Blood Pine Woods picked out for the map. That last message was about White Kings. Blood Dragons are also quite resilient, but they're pricey. Like most vampires, yeah. Blood Knights, I'm assuming, is you're talking about. Yeah, I mean, the vampires as a whole, they actually worry me a bit. Like, I wonder how they're going to stack up. They're not terrible, but they used to probably be, like, way back in Game 1, they were easily, like, the most powerful faction for a while because Spirit Leech was broken, Beta Buna was super powerful. You could Death Star Blob and heal to infinity. I mean, the vampires went from being, like, top tier busted. In my opinion, they're probably below middle or close to the middle of the pack these days. I don't know, though. You know, I'm not like a real super competitive player in Total War, but I'm thinking about them slightly from a multiplayer standpoint, but mostly from like a campaign standpoint. They have a really good mechanic with Raise the Dead. It means they can get a hold of a lot of really good units in relatively short order. But when you look at like the ultimate power of their units in the campaign versus some others, like their monsters are pretty decent. Their magic is good, but like their infantry is crap. But I mean, it's not like you can't win in campaigns with them. You can. It's just they're a little squishier in a late game. You know, like if you start running into like full armies of Iron Breakers and Sword Masters of Hoeth and stuff like that, like you're gonna definitely have to be taking advantage of some monsters and magic. Vampires, like you are not gonna be standing up to that stuff with just about anything else. Pious Skeleton says in campaign they're going to benefit from decreased supply line penalty quite a bit. Demons will give them trouble. Yeah, see, that's what I think too. Like, I imagine Khorne just dumping out a can of whoop-a all over the vampires. I could be wrong. Like, I imagine Khorne is going to give them some major trouble. And Kugath and Nurgle might also give them some pretty serious trouble. I don't say that much about factions with Nurgle, but I'm worried that like Nurgle can last a really long time in a fight. So can vampires, for that matter. But vampires, to me, seem to do best when they are able to get a fight finished quickly. You know what I mean? Like they need the fight over with in a relative hurry because they're vulnerable. Over extended periods of time because of just their kind of overall, their units are weaker than most because they don't route, you know what I mean? Anyway, just my thoughts. Maybe wrong. Okay. My lord is a bit of a meme. I did this for you all, though, and he got mentioned in the Immortal Empires blog, so I had to do it. I had to do it, folks. That's right. He's squeezing out an undead. You know what? There. A little bit of lag in this one. Yeah, I can see the timer count a little bit slow, so it's going to be a laggy game, because we're already lagging pretty hard here. People are deploying their troops, and that can sometimes cause some lag, but yeah, it's lagging pretty good. Start it up and see what happens. Oh boy, yeah, they've camped up in the corner. Quarters, Free Company. Free Company are an interesting pick against Undead. They're not bad in a melee. They got here. This is not it. Where's Tattersouls? They have got something going on in the woods over here, if I had to take my guess. So if my teammate's listening, watch the woods. Crap, I left my White Kings over here. Whoops. That's gonna hurt a little. Alright, well, I'm gonna have to be careful here. Like, I can't march forward too quickly. I'm gonna have to absorb a little bit of this artillery fire because I'm gonna need my teammate to get formed up with me, because if I attack singly, I'm gonna be in big trouble. So we're gonna have to absorb a little bit of mortar fire here. It's dangerous to approach, though. They've got Warner, of course. Warner has handguns. I love it. Warner loves handguns, and he has brought the handguns. In fact, he's got a whole front line of handguns with the Free Company and then the back line of handguns. Warner, I approve of your army wholeheartedly. You are a hero and a legend. Okay, here comes Franzo. Cannot get engaged in the air by Karl Franz. I have to keep my distance. And you cannot land in this game either. They haven't ported that backwards. Okay, so my teammate is now marching for, oh gosh, what's this? Move. Moving into it, move back, crap. I moved right into that. Got a hold of one of my spearmen. Pretty good, go forward, go, oh my gosh, like that thing is just, oh, come on. I moved forward and it went forward too. Piece of crap. That was great. Who did that? Griffin, well done. That was such a well-placed spell. Well done, sir. Yeah, no, that was... I kept thinking I was moving the right direction, too, to counter it, and I was just getting absolutely blasted. That was a very well-placed burning head, Griffin. Well played. What'd they find over there in the woods? Knights of the Blazing Sun from Warner. Let's try and keep an eye on everything going on here. Watch that coach. We got... Knights of the Sun. Oh no, he's trying to line me up again. Hopefully that one doesn't move backwards here with me as another pretty well thought out cast there that darn near got me. It's the silver bullets over here. Ooh, I like this so far. It's been an interesting start so far and a challenging one. I like it. I have to watch Gorst because he is a slow mover for sure. Let's get engaged here. Okay, I gotta be careful. Some nice maneuvering going on here. Let's stop that. Okay. In here and start attacking these Free Company. Move up and help. Big guard coming up.
There will be blood.
I don't know. Oh, another burning head. That is brutal. Hopefully it hits them at least a little bit. I like that they brought the fire caster there with... Oh, crap. Get out of there. Oh my gosh. Griffin's Bright Wizard is absolutely owning me. Holy cow. Yeah, holy cow, man. Griffin has... That Bright Wizard is going full MVP. I got a Wind of Death off up into there. I don't know how much good it did. I got 19 kills. Try and push up.
Swiftly.
I don't have any Overcast available to me. Let's move up and support our troops. No! Didn't get that canceled. That sucks. Alright. Look out, those gunners. My Terror Goose is getting cooked, but he's the one that needed the heal, so that was a unsightly misclick for me. Because now he's out on his own. Let's increase increase our leadership in this vicinity.
If you insist.
So clean that unit up. Is he on the ground? He is on the ground. I need these White Kings. I forgot to move them up earlier. Let's get them up. Hopefully it's not too late. Got a pretty brutal fight going on, and we're not really getting the better of it per se here.
All life must end. As you say.
I'm gonna try and pin down Bronzo. I don't think we can hold him in this fight, but at least I can cause a mess. Running low on money. Oh, we routed Franz. Can we get a lucky hit on him with our White Kings here? Gosh, I'm getting peppered by free company back here. My Wraith should cut through that. A fair bit of free companies, handgunners there as well.
Suffer. Attack.
Oh, did we get Franz? Or did we just rout him? I don't know what we got.
The gods have abandoned us!
I can't get any winds of magic, dadgummit. I'm gonna swing my Wraiths in here and go for the gold on those gunners. We're getting peppered by a lot of stuff right now, though. If we get left up against a whole bunch of missiles, I don't have any mobility left, really. I could try and pull these guys back, but I don't know if I can keep them alive long enough to get some wins and heal them. Try. They're getting beat up pretty badly. Oh, man. That hurt. Volkmar just fed it to us right there. Oh, please give me some magic. Please give me some magic.
The gods have abandoned us!
As you say. With haste.
Fight for our right to live!
Come on, I need some winds of magic.
Bloodlight.
Thank goodness. Oh, that burning head. He was going for my Wraiths. He darn near got him.
Butcher them.
Oh, Baltimore's got magic attacks. Get the heck out of there. Intercept these Knights of the Blazing Sun. They do not have magic attacks, but that's still going to be a lot of Knights to take on this late in the game. I don't think we've got enough left to pull it off. I just cannot get enough winds of magic to save my life here.
Attack.
Volkmar is going to really eat up my Hex Wraiths. My Hex Wraiths got some good kills in, but I need them to go a lot farther. And then my White Kings weren't close enough, soon enough.
It shall be done.
I cannot get enough spells going on here because of the Wind of Death. I dropped the Wind of Death, and I do think it helped chew up the line a little bit quicker, but it took away so much of my ability to put up summons and heals. And that's certainly hurting me now. Dwarfs is in big trouble here because he's going to be in over his head as soon as those units are gone. We're going to get left getting shot up from multiple angles. That's going to be our undoing here, I believe. Had to take a guess. Free company, handgunners. That's a handgunner unit out there. Yeah, we are in some pretty serious trouble.
Of course.
The Undead are in some mighty big trouble, I believe. This Bright Wizard is definitely taking MVP. Excellent performance on his part. Trying to get help over here, but it's going to be too late. I had maybe used my Terrorgeist and Knights a little better. I mean, my Terrorgeist did mostly get rid of Karl Franz, which was probably a pretty close to fair trade. Alright, we got Vlad coming in to help. See if we can bail Gorst out of this situation. He's in trouble. Boost leadership here, try and keep him from
Done.
crumbling and damage sustained. It's gonna be so hard to do damage to Volkmar though, because I don't have magic damage. I think he's got a lot of resistance. Unbreakable, no he doesn't. He's not, he's got magic resistance, okay.
They will come when
We've got enough units to put a beating on him here, but there's still so many guns back here that I think that regardless, like even if we tank Volkmar completely out of the fight here, which I don't think we will, but even if we did, I think we're gonna get our faces shot off by the remainder of Warner's handgun army. I still don't have any winds of magic.
Behold the silver hammer!
Feels bad. No wins. Ain't got enough farts. Pick off the captains first, probably. I mean, the Empire's got enough ammo to probably finish Vlad and the White Kings. Plus, we have to deal with Volkmar, which is a problem in and of himself. But I'm pretty sure they got plenty of ammo to pull this off. If it was a melee, you know, it'd be a pretty brutal fight, but it's not all melee. There be guns. Warner was on the other side of this, so there be guns. Volkmar is just very difficult to kill. Very difficult to kill. So is Vlad, to his credit. Yeah, see how quick he heals there? He is just... Every minute that you're not killing him, he's getting stronger. Worst is the worst. He is pretty bad. He is kind of a meme of a Vampire Lord, but he's fun to pick sometimes. I knew he would certainly not be a benefit coming into this battle, especially with so many guns and flyers around, but I brought him just for the fun because he was mentioned in the Immortal Empires list as, you know, being one of the ones that's going to get some love. So I figured we'd bring Dwarfs. Yeah, look, Warner has set up the kill box. And now it is time to shoot the vampires full of garlic-coated bullets, straight from the local Domino's. Not even any cheese bread to go with it, folks. He did say using those death winds probably hurt him. It may have. I used the Wind of Death. It took away so much magic that I really needed for heals later on, and I'll have to see what kind of damage we got done with the Wind of Death. It was only 19 kills. So, I don't know, in the end, how much it was really worth. Glory charge. Look at the carnage of the battlefield. Gotta love it. Gonna be more bullets than bones at the end of this one.
Weapons out, lads!
There he goes.
Time for fighting!
Our brave White King. Alright, all that's left is Daddy over here. Volkmar doesn't want that. He wants Daddy to get shot, and I don't blame him. If I were Volkmar, I don't know that I'd be wanting to go head-to-head with Vlad either. Not unless I had a lot more hit points. Scene from The Last Samurai, yeah, it's pretty close. Pretty close. Playing really well with the Undead is something that I am not good at. They are a decent faction, and like in talented hands, the Undead are pretty good, like the vampires are. For me, they're a little trickier. I think it's because, like, for instance, I had a couple of picks that I don't like totally disagree with. My Hex Race were probably a pretty solid pick. I killed off a Silver Bullets with them. I killed off a lot of cavalry with them. I just didn't have enough heals left for them. Like, Wraiths can be a decent pick at times against the Empire as long as you keep them away from magic damage. They used fire against us, which is really good for those of you who aren't familiar. Fire damage is good against stuff that regenerates. Anything that regenerates takes extra damage to fire. The Bright Wizard has Kindle Flame, which also makes you take more damage to fire when they're casting for a few seconds. They coupled that with Knights of the Blazing Sun, which do fire damage, so they do extra damage whenever the Bright Wizard is casting, so it was a nice combination, and well put together. So let's say Undead versus Empire. And let's head back out here. Let's take a look at some of the stats here. Gorst actually did pretty darn decent for himself, considering all things there. To get that much damage out of him was a pretty decent feat. Infantry did okay. I mean, they were up against other cheap infantry. I think, yeah, these guys did decent-ish. Yeah, the Hex Wraiths did the best out of all my units outside of Gorst. Pretty okay, I guess, for the Blood Knights. Probably should have been a little better. And then the Terrorgeist did well. He got a lot of damage in on Karl Franz. I think he cost 2050, and my value was 2129, so I got a slightly more value out of him than I lost. But see Franz here, despite having gotten cooked up by that Terrorgeist, pretty good. And I didn't use the Terrorgeist breath abilities either, so that was another big mistake on my part. So don't forget that, folks. Make sure and use your breath abilities on those, because that can make a difference in the end as well. But look at this, 1842 and 22,159 damage dealt. So that is a ton of raw damage dealt. A lot of that came across cheap vampire units, which is why the value isn't higher. That is an obscene amount of damage. So Griffin did a fantastic job. Those spells. The Tatter Souls were on fire. Hopefully not literally from their own wizard there. A lot of Free Company Militia. I like the pick of Free Company Militia against the vampires. They are decent in a melee. They're good against low armor. The vampires are mostly low armor and sometimes even unshielded. And Free Company Militia does nice damage towards that stuff while holding up decently in a melee against skeletons and zombies. So they make a nice pick. The mortars were interesting. I wouldn't have expected that. They didn't do anything amazing, but they were there. The Knights of the Blazing Sun are a cool pick for the fire damage. Warner was the one rocking Volkmar there. He also had a Bright Wizard that did extremely well. I didn't get to catch all the stuff. I guess maybe I was seeing both Bright Wizards go to work at us. One of them wrecked me with the Flamestorm, so my Blood Knights were doing quite well until they got hit by the Flamestorm, which was well placed. I don't know which one did that, but whoever did it got some value off of that for sure. Warner got some decent value out of these Knights there too, and then the handguns, this one did very well. Let's look at these other, pretty darn good performance there too. His Great Swords also racked up a ton of kills, though the value was lower, so they must have been chopping down a ton of our skeletons. So, well-played battle, a fun one. Hope everybody enjoyed that. Wow, Volkmar definitely racking it up there because of his built-in abilities and then the melee on the chariot. You bring the Blood Dragon Lord to outduel enemy characters, he's crazy good. Yeah, you're right, Pius. They are good. Thank you, everybody, for the game. I'm going to go ahead and bounce out of this one, so appreciate Fierce Frog, Griffin, and Warner for playing. I'll be hosting another one here shortly. In fact, we're going to have to get a poll up over here, so let's get the next poll up. And appreciate everybody who has joined the stream tonight. This is really fun. It's been too long. I hope you all are having fun here, too. And definitely appreciate y'all joining in. So let's get the poll up. And next battle. So we're going to do either Skaven versus Lizards, or let's get... Oh, man. Who's a good rival for Tomb Kings? Like Bretonnia versus Kings? Or is that a terrible matchup? Bretonnia versus Greenskins? That would be fun. Or would it? Does Bretonnia get trucked by Greenskins? I'd like to bring in some of these. Holy Pilgrim, he's still going. Yeah, we haven't ended yet. Oh, Clone Trooper says, well, I'm waiting on the next game. Check out what he sent. I will. I'll go take a look at it, Clone Trooper. Yeah, I'm not done with the stream yet, Pilgrim, if you're wanting to join in. I'm trying to think who would be the right matchup for these Greenskins. Lizards versus Wizard, Bretonnia versus Greenskins. Warner, thanks for being a member for 4 months. He says, GG, well played. Was hoping to get more done with the handguns, but my micro was all over the place. Still got to burn my own halberdiers to death, though. 10 out of 10. If you don't kill some of your own troops with a spell, then you did it wrong, Warner. And I loved all the handgun picks. I knew it was you for sure right away when I saw all the handguns. I'm just really glad that we weren't playing with the Empire Guns mod, where you could get all those special guns. Can you even imagine those flaming gunners from my Empire Guns campaign and what they would do to the vampires? Oh my gosh. It would have been disgustingly awesome. All right, so let's say Lizards versus Skaven. Or Bretonnia. I don't know that Bretonnia is a good matchup against the Greenskins, honestly, but let's say it, Bretonnia versus Greenskins. It's just been so long since I've played. Bretonnia can counter Greenskins pretty well. Okay, all right. Someone else said it, not just me. Shrewd thinks so. All right, so if you want to join the next battle, I've got the poll up. So first of all, make sure you all go poll. Take the poll. It's Lizards versus Skaven or Bretonnia versus Greenskins for the next battle. Take your time. Go get into the poll. Let's make sure and do that. In the meantime, after this poll is done and we have picked what's going on for the next battle, I'm going to open another poll, and I want anybody out in the chat who has Warhammer 3 and who could join a game in Warhammer 3 to answer that in the poll so that I know whether or not we have potentially enough people. So if you have it and you'd be willing to join, you'll be able to indicate it in the poll, okay? If not, I'll stay in this game because we're getting some action, but I want to see if we can get a game or so in on Warhammer 3, if possible. So we'll check it out. I'm going to host the next game again. Make sure to go to your options. Get the graphics, turn those down to medium or low, please, because it will help us avoid the lag. And then feel free to come join the game. The next battle is going to be up. The game name is going to be Heirs Battles. The password is 1. And we haven't picked the matchup yet, so hang tight on the matchup. I'm giving folks a chance to finish the poll. If you haven't done the poll, go do it now. Still relatively close in the poll. Oh, whoops, I opened up too many slots. Alright, so I got Deadly Sin TTV with me. We got Griffin again on the other side, so I'll have to watch out for more Bright Wizards. Tuso, thanks for joining us tonight. Oh, Pilgrim said he knew I wasn't. Oh, I need to go look at the game that Clone Trooper got me. A second. Here. Would it show that? I'm trying to see. Where does it show? Where people send you gifts and stuff in chat. Man, it's been a long time since I've gone for this on Steam. Anybody remember in Steam where you go, like if someone sent you a gift or something? Look at the comments here and see if you all know. The green mail button. Okay, let me check that. Oh, here it is. It popped up on my screen. Oh, yeah, it's going to be fun. Sweet. All right, so Clone Trooper Wheeler sent me a copy of Starship Troopers Terran Command. So that will be gracing the channel soon, thanks to our very own Clone Trooper Wheeler. So Starship Troopers Terran Command coming soon to the HeirofCarthage channel near you, courtesy of Mr. Clone Trooper Wheeler. All right, it looks like Lizards versus Skaven are going to win the poll. It was pretty close. Would I like to know more? Yes, I would. And remember, folks, that service guarantees citizenship, okay? Service guarantees citizenship here on the channel as we go into Starship Troopers Terran Command. And remember that the only good bug is a dead bug. I'll try to remember all the other memes I can from the Starship Trooper movies. All right, so it's Skaven versus Lizards. Trantor says, I'm from Buenos Aires, and I say kill them all. I love it. Oh, this is going to be fun. Thank you so much, Clone Trooper. I love it. We're going to have fun with it. So appreciate it. I've been wanting to play that, actually. So now I've got a great excuse to, and we'll have something new on there. I gotta go turn my fan on real quick, folks. It's summertime, and despite having central air conditioning, my high-end computer is like a space heater. It's really nice in the wintertime. In the summertime, it gets really hot. Okay, let me get this up here real quick. So the poll. Do you have Warhammer 3 and can join tonight? Snow. Okay. If you have Warhammer 3 and you can join, you can answer the poll yes or no. I just want to find out if we have enough people to have a Warhammer 3 battle. It's Lizards versus Skaven in this battle, so Griffin, Deadly Sin, and Ghost King, thank you for joining. I'll take... See, I did Undead last time. They're kind of like the quote-unquote evil faction, so I guess I'll go Lizards this time. I haven't played the Lizardmen in a great while, so Skaven will need to be Griffin and Ghost King. Deadly Sin will take Lizards with me. Thank you all for participating in the poll, by the way, and helping us pick this. I didn't know there was a Starship Troopers game. There is, and they actually offered me early access to it. But the week of early access where they needed me to record it and make videos was the week I was on vacation. So it was really unfortunate timing, and I wasn't able to do it. And so Clone Troopers sent it over. We are definitely going to play it. I'm super excited for it. I think it's a single-player only game, if I remember right. But it's a strategy game. We'll have some fun with it. Yep, Clone Trooper Wheeler coming in clutch. Almost called you a Stormtrooper. I've been listening to my Thrawn trilogy book still, and I've got Stormtroopers on the mind rather than Clone Troopers at the moment. Going through that old legacy stuff. It's great. Let's get the army blocker up. Let's pick an army. Oh, I gotta pick a map first, too. A good jungle map. How about River Amexon? The River Amexon? I can't remember. Or just River Amexon. River. Yeah, here we go. River Amexon. All right. We got us a jungle map. Got us some Skaven versus Lizardmen action coming up. You all let me know in the chat who you think is better in this matchup. Who's better? Who's the better faction in the head-to-head matchup? Lizardmen or Skaven? I'm gonna have to think about that one long and hard. Both of them have had some major updates over time. Big time updates. Trantor says he likes lizards. Clone Trooper Wheeler says he can do Warhammer 3, but he's bad at it. Well, you know, I'm bad at everything. When you're there at Carthage, you know, that's what you specialize in. Being bad at things. I'd say lizards are slightly favored. Let's think about the strengths and weaknesses of each faction. I'll start with lizards while I'm kind of putting my army together here. I think one of the things that Lizardmen have is a real asset to them is Saurus warriors. They're not good against everything, but the Skaven has pretty mediocre infantry for the most part. Saurus warriors would be a tough matchup from an infantry fight. Lizards have quite a few options in terms of monsters and mobility. They're not bad. Their range is a little interesting. Like, it's different than most factions. It's not like a bow or crossbow or gun. You know, they got poison darts, javelins, that kind of stuff. So they certainly have some interesting options in that regard. Skaven don't really do flyers, so they're weak in the air. Lizards are okay in the air. They're not amazing, but they have options. Lizards have some incredible magic and some pretty strong engines of war, like solar engines, Engine of the Gods. Stegodons can fire from a long ways. Troglodons are extremely good against large. Like, lizards have some very specific tools. Shredder of Lustria, some of those units not going to be great against Skaven, probably because I'll let Skaven own the range battle for sure. Their artillery is fantastic, both for anti-large and anti-infantry. Their range is not bad. They've got a bunch of options. Night Runners and Gutter Rungers can be a pain in the butt. Skaven Slave Slingers can be really numerous and annoying. It's really infantry line and holding a line with the Skaven is a problem, but the Skaven have some interesting monsters. They've got some good lords. Throt, it's like an interesting one. Snitch can be interesting. is an oldie but a goodie if you go with Skrulk. So yeah, there's interesting matches in the two. I think both of them have some very distinct ups and downs. Let's see here. What do I want to take? My army put together here. Okay. Sitting here thinking about my army for a second. Bone Trooper says I tend to use Radius mod, so the game has challenges and cool units. Skaven can counter Lizardmen, mass with Rat Ogres and Warp Grinders, though. Hold the dinos in place and shoot them to death with Rattling Guns and Jezzails. Yeah, I mean, that's a potential option. Stilodon with Revivification, Crystal, and Croak. Buy a skeleton, thinking he likes that. Seems to be the general thought in the Total War community. I cannot wait to do Wizards, Norska, and Warhammer 3. Yeah, I can't wait to see all the Censor Bearer Rush. Be fun. Chicken Lord says, hey, I haven't been here for a long time. It's good to see you making videos. Yeah, I'd been on a streak, and I was super proud of myself. I was going to keep it going, and then work just absolutely stepped on my face this week. Like, it has been... Every time I think my work can't get busier, it gets busier. It just gets busier. And so it has been a real challenge to keep up with. So I am ready whenever everybody else is. Just hit the ready up button. If you're in the game with me, just ready up whenever you feel like it, and we'll jump in. I don't know if I'm going to do great. My army's kind of just, like, it depends on what the Skaven pick, obviously. But I picked it because I think it's going to be fun. We'll see whether that turns out to be the case. Maybe fun for my enemies if I have picked extremely poorly. I think it'd be cool to see a couple of modes come in, and maybe Total War do it eventually, but I think I really love the idea of the campaign experience becoming more customizable. I think about a lot of games out there, like Surviving Mars is an option that comes to my head. I know it's very different than Total War. Hear me out for a second. When you go into the campaign, or I say campaign, when you're just going to start a new colony on Surviving Mars, it has tons of options. You can pick so many different things, and they swing the difficulty either way up or way down. You can pick a lot of options that make it really easy. You can pick some that make it very challenging. Some are just arbitrary challenges. Some are challenges just because you're picking to play it in a more realistic mode. I really want the Total War campaign to get more and more and more like that. And some people have started it with mods that add a lot of this stuff. But, like, for instance, like, I saw people in the chat mentioning, like, a tabletop type thing. I think it'd be cool if you could have, for instance, different options in the campaign menu. And, like, one of the options is no rules on your armies. You can spam, you can death stack, you can do whatever you want. right? No rules. And that one's there for people who just really want to sandbox it up, right? They don't want their sandbox experience ruined. And so that's all they want, right? And I think that would be a good option for them. And then I think it'd be cool to have the next option, which is kind of like just the built in-game unit caps that Total War has put on there. And those unit caps are going to make it a little more like multiplayer, where the armies have certain caps of the units they can have in them. The third one that I think would be cool if CA would add it, and it would take some time to develop, would be like a tabletop system. I don't know the rules of tabletop fantasy battle very well, but I've heard a little bit about them, and I know that you had a certain number of points, and that there was rules around, you know, how that worked and what you could bring. And I think it'd be really cool if they would add in a tabletop option. And all of these would just be a checkbox. Like, the people could check which one they want to play. So I don't want to force everybody into playing a single way, but I would love to see people have the options to play that way. And I think it would make the game a lot more interesting. And, you know, because I hear a lot of people comment all the time with the campaign, and they're always saying stuff like, oh, it's just the campaign's too easy. As soon as you get going, and then it's just Doom stacks, and then the game's over. And I keep thinking to myself, well, why do you just don't pick Doom stacks, right? You can pick something else, just don't pick Doom stacks. But it seems like inevitably a lot of people just feel the call of the Doom stack, and they just end up picking Doom stacks. But see, that would give you an option, right? A different challenge to play. A different way to play, where if you did the tabletop, there is no Doom stacking, and it changes the entire dynamic of how you're going to pick armies and how you're going to make all this stuff function, because, you know, you can't just spam some powerful units. And if it was tabletop style, you know, you couldn't even have armies of all elite units. And see, like Regina says here, for instance, she's saying, yeah, they had rules like you can't spend more than X percentage points on a certain type of unit, like troops, elites, heroes. Worked pretty well, but units have to be changed. Exactly. So, like, I feel like that some version of that works with the game would be a lot of fun. It probably wouldn't be exactly like the tabletop, but some version of it would be really entertaining. All right, we are ready to get the battle on here. SFO does all of that. That's what Harrison says. Well, that's cool. That's neat. All right, what are we up against with Skaven here? Morkitzers, Hellion. Whew, got some big baddies over there on that edge. I imagine there's something here, too, that we can't see. They did not go artillery style, which I'm honestly a little bit shocked about. Oh, they got some mortars. I love... Skaven mortars are such a good unit. They are insane in the campaign. They're not bad in multiplayer either against blobs of infantry. Look at that. That single mortar shot is brutal. Got some good damage here on that Pack Master. Swing some spear over here. Oh my gosh. There were definitely Skaven in the woods. There were definitely Skaven in the woods.
Rock.
Okay, let's see what I can keep doing over here. I've kind of lost track of this side of the battle altogether. Kind of just broken through. Let's push up. Let's help out here. I think I can hopefully stay in control over here. Some beatings over in that direction. Send some help. Combat here. Fall back a little here. We're up against Deathmaster Snitch. Deathmaster Snitch does not have a lot of hit points. I'm gonna try and kite a bit over here. It's showing fairly even on the power bar. There's a lot of the battlefield that I just can't keep track of right now, though. Let's see if we can do some assassinating, some rat assassinating. He's fallen back with Snitch. That's a good idea for him. See if I can slow him down with these skinks. Let's try and bust into these back lines here. So that goes here. Is that behind me? Some Skaven slaves, so not a huge raid. They got their Morkskitter's Hellion, or whatever you call that unit, they got it back. Let's get rid of these some Triads. I almost forgot their name. I was thinking Eshin Triad, and then it slipped my mind and almost forgot it. Okay, we terrorize those ones. Follow this fight. Keep our monsters over here to provide a little support. Let's kill those Triads that regrouped. Okay. Into these guys. Hoping that my... We got some Plague Monks. I'm gonna go after those Plague Monks. Should be an okay-ish fight. Once they get a ton of support in. Let's get 2 to push that way. Here. Keep those Triads engaged. Right, take the Plague Monks. I don't love that my enemies are going to get some cover in the woods here. Let's try and finish off these Plague Monks with some of our missiles. I'm going to hang on to the ammo from this Troglodon. Push through here. I want to use that ammo to pick at some of those leaders if I can get the opportunity. I really want to hit these Plague Monks in the back, but my guys just aren't shooting at them. Could smack the Plague Monks here. Let's go ahead and push up. Yeah, now I'm getting into the Plague Monks. They have low armor and no shield, of course, especially from behind, so they're gonna fall victim to this Stylodon. Alright, let's get over here and trash these Skaven slave slingers and mortars. And I'm gonna keep Troggy handy for defending these units. So my plan here was to have some very powerful mobile ranged units to harass the low armor Skaven, protect them with the Chameleon Stalkers, the Troglodon, and just try and help them to cause damage the entire battle. And it's so far been a pretty effective deterrent. Razor Vision says hello from Omaha. I'm from Fayetteville, here to watch the College World Series. Yeah, I heard Arkansas got in. I actually graduated from the U of A. I'd grown up in Oklahoma and always expected to go to the University of Oklahoma, but just life doesn't always work out the way you expect, does it? So I didn't. Ooh, boy. You're getting hit by an invisible menace here. Is that the, it's the Warplock Jazales? I didn't know that they were able to hide. Or did they get skitter leaped? I might have gotten skitter leaped. I'm getting shredded by it though. I gotta get these Hell Pit Abominations tied down. It's still a pretty even power bar according to this. I can't afford to take a whole bunch of damage here though. I have to fall back to some friendlies. And it's chasing over here. Let's just pull back towards the fight. Alright, I should be able to control these Hell Pit Abominations and Packmasters now. Let's try and take this one out real quick. Alright, it's swinging in our favor now according to this, but yeah, we've got the Natty Boobos back there. Ooh, alright, good. We got that Mork Skitter's Hellion. Golly, Natty Boobos. Really giving my Troglodon a hard time. I'm gonna push forward with these spears and other melee units to try and put some pressure up here where I can bring my chameleons fully to bear, but a lot of my units are out of position because of the way I've been playing. Yeah, I gotta push these Natty Boobos back. I have to put the pressure there, try and force an engagement out of these units I got, so now I can follow up with my poison darts. Bring the Troglodon back out, put some more heals. Steam Oracle. Got a decent bit of ammunition left. Should be enough to help deal with these large targets. I'm gonna kind of ignore those Skaven Slave Slingers and really try and focus in on these more valuable targets. And I've got ammo left with my Troggy too. We're just gonna push here. What else is back here? Deathmaster Snitch. We'll definitely have to be careful of him. Natty Boobos is hard to dodge here. For some damage resistance for a second and see if we can close the distance. They're almost out of ammo. Got into it by a Packmaster here. See if we can shred him up a little. Alright, more reinforcements inbound. No reason to push our Troglodon back there anymore because we've basically overcome the damage. We've done dinos. Alright. Trying to engage there. Packmaster took some pretty good damage on the way out. Woo. One last volley. Parting gift from Natty Boobos. Move up. Ow, that hurt a little. Maybe a lot. Maybe even a lot. I've got the right tools to control these large unarmored units though, so I'm feeling pretty confident at our chances. I'm gonna try and get in here and get some pretty severe damage done. Just a Bracier back there. Man, Natty Boobos pulled some more ammo out? This guy's ever gonna run out of ammo? I'm getting a little bit risky here with my units, and I'm also running low on ammunition except for Oxyotl. Troglodon. Troglodon's ammo is really good. Alright, the Natty Boobos are out of ammo. What else they got over here? Assassins. We better be careful. I'm gonna need some of these guys. Boy, the Skaven are pulling out the stops here. Packmaster real quick. What's left? Skink cohort back there. My allies chasing some Skaven units here. So, alright, we're spread kind of all over the map here at this point. That Hell Pit Abomination is going to be healing. I don't know if it's a good idea for me to pour this ammunition into him. Deathmaster, or the Gracier. Probably not the target I'm looking for. Got run down by an assassin back there. They're getting hit by mortars over here. They're definitely a threat to my infantry. Let's go ahead and just go punish this stuff over here because he's got his other units too far away. I'll end up sacrificing those chameleon stalkers, which wasn't really worth it because they were going up against the depleted ammunition natty buboes. I may be blowing it here, we'll see. Hopefully not. Ooh, that mortar. I'm gonna try and guys, got these assassins back here mopping me up. Well done. I want to shatter these units over here so they can't come back into play. Got a plague monk over here. Did not expect to find a pretty much full health, not all the way full health, but a very high health plague monk. I go stomp on it with some dinos. And my ally has some troops put together. I got Krotgar. He's going to be pretty tough. That will help out quite a lot in the fight against the Deathmaster. Alright, so this Plague Monk's going to get hit. Some damage resistance on Troggy. Alright, it looks like we're getting set up for a final lizard on rat showdown here. Probably my last spell cast there. And a few hundred hit points put together. He's kind of pulling through that fight, trying to get to my chameleon skinks. That is actually a good idea on his part. Try and get some chameleon skink kills. My chameleon skinks are out of ammo with the exception of Oxyotl. I've still got some ammo on my Troglodon. I want to shatter this Plague Monk unit. Came back from routing already. I would not have expected that. It's across the map from its leadership support. Okay, some Skaven slave slingers. Krotgar's never gonna catch them. I asked my teammates just to farm and come this way. Love for my Bastillodons and other creatures to get rested, but that would take a long time.
We are doomed!
Yes, you are doomed. Shatter already. Really no chance of me, so we've got... Oh man, I forgot about that Hell Pit. Yeah, it is healing. Hell Pit is healing. Only got so much ammo on the Troglodon, so every moment we're not killing that Hell Pit Abomination is actually a bad moment for me. Stupid Plague Monk just won't shatter either. I know it's going to come back in behind me. I'm trying to shatter it, but it's not taking my suggestions to heart. Okay. guys are... Can't afford to let them go that far off the map. Okay. Oh, he's getting so many hit points. He's already got 3,900 hit points. That's not good. I may throw the battle by not having gone after that thing earlier. Okay. Fortunately for me, he doesn't really have a whole lot of answer to my missile attack. But he can run away. Got some damage done, but it wasn't enough. I have not ever been super impressed with the sniping capability. Oh my gosh, Deathmaster just took an absolute chunk out of Kroq-Gar. Try and give him a little bit of help here. Oh, he's stuck. Crap. Crap, we got dumped on right there. Absolutely crapped on. Whew, that was bad. That was bad. That was bad. Deathmaster Snitch took a big rat dump all over our face. That's also bad. What's happening over there? They had magic left. I did not. I think the Skaven might pull this back and win it. Certainly worried they're going to. Get out! I was trying to give that unit a move order and it wouldn't take it. Now I'm going to lose my Troglodon. What a disaster. I feel like it's like a series of unfortunate events for me here. I just keep doing everything wrong. I just got my Troglodon routed. Fan-freaking-tastic. Before I could use his ammo, too. That was my last prayer against that unit. What a... Hey, Air, you want to find any other ways you can botch it? Alright, so the Skaven just picked off Kroq-Gar, so yeah, I'm gonna get annihilated now. I don't think I have a way out of this. Oh, get my Troglodon routed like that was such a mistake. Yeah, I blew it earlier when I didn't chase down that hell pit abomination and make sure I got all my ammo into it. I think I blew it. Let the Skaven come back. Ah, but it's such an epic battle, though, nonetheless. How did that Bastillodon rampage? There's almost nothing there. At least it's rampaging after the target that I want it to. That stupid snitch went invisible. That stopped that rampaging Bastillodon too. Okay, here they come for a little flank. Yeah, he's picking off my units really well. Like, he's getting them singled out. Like right here, that Bastillodon's singled out. See, he's doing a really nice job of singling out my units. Singled out Krokgar. Is really fantastic work on their part. I don't think I can pull it back at this point unless my ally has something that I'm not seeing. It's given me really good chances in the power bar, but I don't really know what it's talking about. The longer I go without killing that thing, too, the worse it gets. Oh, that was a break for me. We routed Snitch. I feel like we gotta get him off the battlefield. He came back from routing right in front of my face. What terrible luck. But I shot him with a dart, and he's... okay, he's gone. Wow, that was just awful luck. Wonder if I had to shoot him again, but I'm so low on ammo, I'm gonna pour it into that. Oh my gosh, this is gonna be a photo finish, if there ever was one. I don't know if I can take this assassin in melee. Our melee is gonna be pretty poor. 45 poison. Yeah, that rat's gonna be pretty tough in a melee. Save me, Bastillodon, save me. Save me, Bastillodon. Yes! Save me. I bet Snitch came back from routing, though. He's gonna come out of the forest at any moment and finish me up. Oh no, it got the heals. Oh no. That did it right there for sure. No. It got the healing at the very last second. It got that very, very last second. Oh, I got a good charge on that rat assassin. Oh my gosh, this is a photo finish if I have ever seen one. Fire, you idiot! You have ammunition left. Shoot it, shoot it, shoot it! I'm spotted. I don't know if I can maybe get unspotted. Yes, there we go. It's only got 938 hit points. Oh, give me that leadership ability. Give it to me, give it to me, give it to me, give it to me. Hold him in there, hold him in there. Hold him in there. Oh, not quite. He's got 938 hit points. I don't think we can take him. Oh! Oh! We got him! That's a Skaven slave summon, though, isn't it? How fast is it? 38 speed to our 54. I can outrun it, and it will eventually go away. I think we can pull this off. Oh, I thought that was Snitch. Oh, it's an assassin, though, still. That's bad. I can run away from the Skaven slaves. They will deplete and fall apart, I believe. Oh no, Natty Bubo's over here still I'm running away from. Crap. What a finish. Wow. This just keeps swinging every direction imaginable. I've got to hide from that rat assassin. I'm still spotted. Okay, now we're invisible. So there's a Skaven assassin. He can't see me. If he's watching my screen, he can, but he can't see me technically. Those Natty Bubos are almost gone. Says I'm unspottable and hidden. He is coming right towards me, though. Turn around, charge. Charge, take him. Oh my gosh, this is gonna be a photo finish as ever. Oh gosh. I don't like this. I don't like this. Oh, I got the cheeks clenched. Oh gosh. Woo! Oh my goodness. Woo! That was a butt clencher, folks. Oh my gosh. I thought I had thrown that away. Like, I was pretty certain that I had blown it with multiple mistakes and some really nice play by Ghost King and Griffin. Some very nice play, I might add. The way they were scooting around with those assassins and Snitch was very crafty. I felt like it fit very well with the Skaven thing. It was very well done. So, like, we started off pretty well here, Deadly Sin and I, like, really putting a beating down on the Skaven fairly early. But then late in that game, man, that play by Ghost King and Griffin just, woo! Those mortars did well. The Hellion did not end up getting all that much work done. Neither did some of these infantry, but I mean, Snitch did well. His assassins did very well. They were getting work done. If I take a look at Griffin here, nice work with the Greyseer. This Packmaster here did pretty decent. Really nice damage on the thing, Help Hit Abomination. The thing. Oh, I love it. What do we have here? Wolf Rats. Yeah, really, look at the work on Natty Bubos here. Wow, I thought I was going to lose that a couple of times. We had a couple of very timely things happen both ways, right? Like, that kept swinging back and forth. Like, that was some wild swings there at the end. That one's definitely going to have to be a video. Wow. Just wow. That was something else. Folks, that was the most fun I have had in a long time. And, I mean, I'm glad I streamed tonight, and I'm glad we do this. The battles are back, folks, every week on Thursday. Come join me. We didn't make it to Warhammer 3 tonight. I'm actually out of time because that one ended up taking a really long time. That's fine. With battles like that, I'll take some nice long battles anytime. I'll give you all a nice cinematic rendition of that one up in a video soon so you all can see it. That was wild. Woo! So, let's cover some key mistakes I made there. The Help Hit Abomination heals. And the thing, I should have pursued it and shot the crap out of it. I was just a little worried about getting over extended, but I let it heal back probably 2,000 or 3,000 hit points whenever I let it walk away. So that's like having to kill a whole nother thing. And so that was a mistake, big time, on my part. Some other mistakes I made, I wasn't watching my Troglodyte close enough a couple of times. I let him get a little too involved for too long with Snitch and his assassins. Should have been a little less hasty there because it didn't accomplish much. And that Troglodyte still had ammunition. When I lost him with the ammunition, I thought I'd lost the battle because he could have done a lot of damage still. A whole lot of damage. His magic was gone, but the missile attack on a Troglodyte is brutal. Absolutely brutal. So, said after you let it go, it regen 4,000 plus hit points. Oh, jeez. Yeah, okay, that was bad. So Calvin's telling me it got over 4,000 plus hit points. Wow. So Griffin, Ghost King, that was so much fun. Deadly Sin, thanks for being on my team, helping me out. That was great. We only had a few battles tonight because we ran out of time, but hey, I'll bring it back next week. So next Tuesday will be another stream. In fact, we might just do 2 battle nights next. We'll see. I have some other ideas for the Tuesday stream. Thursday will certainly be another battle night with you all. So make sure you come tune in next Thursday. We'll do another one. I'm going to be getting some Starship Troopers Terran Command gameplay up thanks to Clone Trooper Wheeler. Clone Trooper, thanks for the continued support. We'll make sure and get a dedicated video series up for you. I appreciate all of your support, and I will definitely get you some good content going for it. All-nighter stream, I wish, man. I was working late tonight, and I'm gonna have to start early tomorrow, and hopefully I won't be working late on a Friday night, but I might, because it has just been that busy. So an all-nighter stream would be fun, but yeah, not gonna happen. But I'm super excited to play some Starship Troopers, so thanks again, Clone Trooper. Thank you everybody for being here. This was such a fun stream. That battle was epic. I'm going to be thinking about that for hours after this, and I can't wait to make a video out of it. That's going to be fan-freaking-tastic. So thank you, everybody. I'll see you next time. HeirofCarthage, signing out.